So it's been a minute. About 4 months since I last checked in. And in that time period, certain realizations have happened. My last video, I talked about the 3 worlds. And here recently, I've been shown how the 3 worlds align and what that means for the individual. I'll share that later. That ain't nothing to speak on right now. But what I will speak on, what I want to touch on, is the realization of when you embody a principle, right? Initially in my journey, I was talking about reaping what you sow, reaping what you sow, being conscious of the seeds you sow. And what that has shown me is that when it comes to change, the thought used to be, well, I need to do this. I have to do that. Or I need to do it like this. It was always this external activity that needed to take place in order for change to be. But as this realization deepened about the power of sowing the seed, though, for instance, you want to be more honest, right? So you sow the seed of honesty and you nurture the seed and it starts to take root and blossom and grows, right? Well, at that point, you don't have to be conscious about being honest, right? See, initially, maybe you lied all the time. It was just easy to tell a lie. So when you first started, you needed to be conscious. Let me be conscious about how I answer something, or my decision making, or how I present myself. That's you watering the seed. But then you get to a point where it's ingrained, right? That's the seed taking root and blossoming. Well, at that point, that principle is gonna be that principle, and you no longer need to be conscious of being an honest person. You would just be that. It'd just be your being. Just like I don't have to be conscious of the seed of an apple tree developing into an apple tree, right? Once you plant your seed, that natural development will take place after you do your work on the front end, right? Thus, when I think about change now, it's not about what I need to do, what I have to do, or how I should do it. Change speaks to what is the narrative here, right? How do I want to move? What do I want to embody? Okay, let's plant that seed. Initially, let's nurture this seed. And then it's going to do what it do. And so, to kind of speak to this 4 months that's passed since I last posted, I wrote something. That's kind of like, this part of a number amount of writings that have taken place here probably within the last month or so. And it kind of speaks to like when them seeds start to take root, you realize yourself are like, dang, like things have changed. So it says, my greatest expression is my breath, With each I take, the Spirit of God's presence is announced. Father, I shed these skins, those born of the flesh and mental. My mind is released from all tarnish, for I seek no worldly things to please it. My trap, that which keeps me conformed, is nothing, for it has no physical form. All entrapments are mental projections, abstract in nature. My prison has no walls, nor doors. The prison guard is my own ignorance, and the weaknesses that are born in such a state. Now I am liberated, no longer tied to that for which I am not. I free myself. I bear my cross, and the weakness of the flesh is sanctified and sacrificed for the greater. My concept of self dissolves and reemerge as the infinite source in flesh. My finite ideals are liberated, empowered by the Christ. I step with my feet on water and turn water into wine. For the mental internal alchemy is a prerequisite for everlasting bliss. So that embodies the change that's taking place. That speaks to the calmness that is felt. And it's still a journey, it still got its ups and downs, right? Peaks, valleys. But with every turn, it's just becoming more and more real, becoming more and more real to me. To the point that the only question that needs to be answered is, do you truly believe?